You're always dealing with the consequences. You're always dealing with the symptom and not the issue. And it's been frustrating for you. But here, as Mars enters Leo and Pluto enters Aquarius, and the next two oppositions happen, so this issue, you've probably at this point realized what it is. There still may be barriers to you addressing it. When Pluto enters Aquarius, Mars enters Leo, you find a direct way to confront it. I think it's most likely through a personal relationship, which means is you have a friend or you have a partner or you have a boss, you're close with someone who can be a person through which you address this dynamic that I'm describing is going to dissipate very, very quickly. We do have the Hanged Man, which gives me the timeline of April 27th, 2025. But there's already a magician at play. We've already had an opposition last year between Pluto and Mars. And so you've already May last year, just for your timeline. So already things are at play to help you to address this dynamic. Besides, Pluto is the energy of the 12th house. That influence upon you, this kind of like outside of your reach issue, it's lost its ability, right? And so it's sort of like I said in the intro, it's all about these structures of power are not necessarily confronted directly. They implode in on themselves, right? It often happens that we have virtuous power structures and then they get overrun. And when they do, what happens, just like communism started off in a very altruistic way. Hey, let's save the people from this totalitarian rule. And then very quickly it degenerated, right? It becomes degenerate. And then it sort of keeps going under its own power or force, causing a lot of damage along the way, but then ultimately can't sustain itself and it fractures just like the Soviet Union. But it's that the same principle for everything else. So when we're looking at Pluto, unjust power cannot be sustained. And so it can cause damage. It can feel very intimidating and disempowering, but what you're experiencing here is its fragmentation already. Whatever's upon you is no longer having the same energy, and now you can get your way out of it. You're moving towards a dynamic involving a partner, involving a relationship. Some of you are going to experience a degree of challenge from people near you as you take your power moving forward with Pluto in Aquarius. So some of the people around you are not going to be as enthusiastic as you are about your newfound power and authority. And so there will be these oppositions, the first two in January and April, in which you will see that dynamic emerge. In fact, if you're curious about that dynamic, look back to May 2023 when the first opposition happened. Did something show up for you as a theme already? It should have, but I'm not sure. Okay.